Hello, brothers and sisters. Once again, welcome to the Afri Talk podcast, where we come together as a community to discuss, learn from one another, and share our experiences as Africans in the diaspora. And my name is Jackie. Thank you for watching or listening to my podcast. And if you've not had the chance to, I'll put a link in the description box so you can go and listen to my previous podcast. So, please do subscribe, click on the notification bell, like, comment, and share this video with everyone. I always forget to say, but this time I remembered. But anyways, on this week's episode, I'm going to talk to a friend, Crystalina. Hi, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much for the invite.
Yes, welcome, Crystalina. So Crystalina is a friend, and on this episode, we're going to talk about she's born here, and we're just going to talk about her experiences, and you just keep listening and watching, and then you get the gist. So Crystalina, you're born here, right? Before I went to make wrong statements.
Yes, I'm definitely born in the Netherlands. I am.
Can I tell you something from the depth of my heart? To be honest, like no lie, no going through the corners. I'm telling you straight. Growing up, I used to be jealous of people like you, you know?
Hey,
why because that? Why what's that? You're African. You are not born in Africa like us. You were born here in white man's land. All the privileges, the passports. Some of us don't have or didn't have.
I get you.
You know, all the privileges, all the, like back in Africa, we used to see people like you, like, you like more like, the relationship between Black Americans and African Africans, that type of thing. And so growing up, I used to jealous people like you, but thank God now that jealous has gone.
Yeah, I get it. But how did that jealousy go?
Well, actually, after coming here and living here and making my life here, I understood some things because now I also have a child, right? And it's not her fault that she was born here, she was born when she was born. So at the end of the day, when you get opportunity, you grab it. If you don't grab it, So how is it for you being, Ghanaian and born here in the Netherlands?
Well, yeah, you started off saying that it's a privilege. And of course, I understand why you do say it, because sometimes I also speak to people that find it a privilege to like grow up in Europe or live in Europe, or they want to come to Europe because they don't find that there are enough opportunities to be grabbed in their country of origin, meaning Ghana. I mean, being born and raised in Ghana. And that certain things are not like stable there. I'm very grateful to have been born here. I can't say that I would have had it otherwise, but if I was born in Ghana, I would also accept my fate, just like you said. Your child was born here, and that's what she knows. This is what I know. This is what I do. But sometimes I'm like, if I just lived, some years of my life in Ghana, like I'm talking about substantial years, maybe of my youth, and maybe I would have been able to speak the language, or maybe there's certain things of the culture that I would have understood more than now I have to learn, certain ways of doing things. So yes, it is a privilege, but I think that I also did miss out on some things because, for example, you speak Tree, you speak that language. Why? Because you were raised there like the first few years of your life, and now yes, you're here and you have a amazing life, like, and you're doing really well, but you still have that basis in Ghana. You know what I'm trying to say, and you have that connection with the country. I had to actively look for that connection, and being born here, feeling out of place, like, where do I belong to? So I think there are like negative and positive sides to
all this thing that you're saying. I'm hearing some people in my head saying you are talking about language culture. What does Ghana have to offer? In fact, they will trade their entire life just to have, just to be here. They don't care about any language, any culture, anything. They don't care. All they want. In fact, even if there's war now in this Netherlands that we're talking about now, and they are giving free visas in Ghana for people to come, they will fly and come. They don't care about all these things. So, but anyways, that's the thing. That's what I came to understand when I came here myself. Life is not black and white.
It is.
But yeah, people who are in our position understand, and people who are in other people's position too, they might not understand. But anyway, so being born here and all that, how was life for you as a actually Ghanaian Dutch, you know? How was life for you and how did you feel and all that?
Well, life for me, so it was quite okay. I mean, I went to a school that was quite multicultural. I live in a multicultural city. Like my parents have always taught me to work twice as hard, but it wasn't something that like was that sounded negative to me because it was just something that I was taught that I was like, oh, it's given. It's just how it is, because yes, although I'm born in this country, this is not my country of origin. So I will have to put in the work. Yes, of course, I had some situations in which I did get very conscious of the fact that I'm a Black woman living in a white man's world, just to say it like that. But overall, it has been good until I came to the identity quest. I think that was at the age 14, 15. And I think this is the age that you hit puberty or you're in a puberty and you start thinking about who am I? Where am I from? And it wasn't always cool to be African. As a matter of fact, now, dear, I mean, people are jamming. We're listening to like all these African
Afrobeats.
artists, Afro beats, Azonto came. And actually, music for me was the gateway of getting to my identity, like hands down. Like, of course, I was always in church, and I was in a multicultural church with mainly Africans. So yeah, I loved my church and all that kind of stuff. But in school, it was never cool to be African. Let's be honest. Like in Ghana, I wouldn't have that problem because everybody is Ghanaian here. But here, I was that, and I didn't
Uncool
get
kid.
bullied. Yeah, well, I didn't get bullied really hard for it. But if you were from the Caribbean, you were cooler. You could get it a bit more. It was like, oh, are you from Suriname or are you from
Taking the
like
accents. I tried it all.
I mean, so yeah, and as a child growing up, you're not that conscious about staying true to who you are. So yeah, I was conscious of that. It was not cool to be a Ghanaian. So I didn't sell it like I'm doing now. Now, dear, if you ask me, I will tell you I'm Ghanaian over and over again.
Your Instagram
But
is full of
then
Ghana.
I tell you, man. But yeah, but then it wasn't like that. And then the identity quest came, and then yeah, music started coming, and I started looking more and more for my identity in Ghana. And then I grew into this woman. But if they say Ghana, I'm the first one to stand. Yes.
In fact, you went to Ghana not too long ago, and you literally posted your entire vacation. Every day when I woke up, first thing I do is take my phone and go to Crystalina status on Instagram just to see, like, Ghana is sweet.
Hey,
But anyways,
I
anyways, how was it educational wise? What did you study? What are you doing?
Okay.
Would you like to share more light on that?
Yeah. So I studied law and philosophy, and I did a master in public international law. But hold your horses. Right now, I'm a journalist. So I'm actually not doing anything in law. And I work at a news station in the Netherlands, quite a big one. And I'm enjoying my time a lot. I really love being a journalist. So yeah, that's what I do.
Why didn't you do anything with law? Were you forced to do law by your parents? You know, the typical African.
No, I wasn't actually. I wasn't
Dang.
like no. Since I was young, I loved like defending people and coming up for people's rights. So I was really interested in human rights law, and I've always wanted to be a lawyer. So my parents didn't have to force me. It was something that I wanted to do. And then, but I also throughout my teenage years, I was very interested in media, very interested in presenting. And then when I was doing my master and I was writing my thesis, I was like, no, man, I don't want to become a lawyer right now. It's not the right time. Let me see if there's something in the media for me. And then by God's grace, I found a job at RTL News, and that's where I started working. So yeah.
Don't you think that maybe it was like, I don't know, waste years, going to school for all those times, working so hard?
Absolutely not. I actually feel like richer because I have law, I have philosophy, and I have journalism now. Like if I would have studied journalism, it was just journalism. But now I feel like I'm in more fields. If I ever want to switch, if I ever still want to become a lawyer, all I have to do is find a law firm and start working there, So I feel like I have more opportunities right now. I'm absolutely happy that it went like this. I wouldn't have it any other way. And my knowledge that I got from law is actually something that I could also learn as a journalist. Yeah. For everybody listening this that is scared of changing their course, just do it. Like if there's something that you love, you have one life. and just
Talk to
chase
me.
that dream.
If you want to talk to me directly. Don't
Directly.
go to the corners. Just shoot it straight. Say Jackie. Then you continue. Anyways, be having African parents, what did they think for you, going into the media? Because the reason why I'm asking this is I remember when I was young, this is a personal story. When I was young, I also wanted to do I also wanted to be a journalist. My family was like, lie, never, not on our watch. So that you go, they'll send it to Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan. So you go and be doing the news and they'll bomb you. What will we do? So that's what they were thinking more. Because I wanted to also do the presenting and all that, but they were thinking like, maybe they'll push you to go and do, to go and stand in the war zone, and then they'll bomb and then you will die. Then, so all I want to say is, follow your heart. Whatever you want to do, you just do it. But that's just on the side. But having African parents, were they cool with you for, going into the media world, like for, studying law and all this? African, but they like to show off small, in a way. So when they're a little bit hesitant, become lawyer so we can be proud and be like, our daughter's lawyer, that I'm going to do media.
Well, I can tell you, when my mom gets a call and she has to say where I work, she says it with so much pride. Oh, my daughter is working at ATM News. So for my parents, they were like super hyped for me and guess that I actually got in there, because they didn't think that it was something that was so accessible. Like, my parents have always believed in me. And no, so they didn't actually make a big deal out of it. They knew I was always interested in media. I was on YouTube a lot. I loved presenting in front of cameras. No, my dad even took credit for it. He was like, yes, when you were a young kid, remember I told you to start a talk show? I had a talk show when I was 12 years old. It's very awkward. Don't go and look for it. It was like, is that what triggered this? Blah, blah, blah. So no. Actually, my parents are very proud of me. I didn't have any issues. I didn't have any issues. But I think, like what you were saying, like if you heard journalism just in general, and I mean, like maybe I don't know if you told your parents when you were here or when you were back in Ghana.
No, here.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. When you hear journalism in general, like there are a lot of facets to journalism. So yeah, but the facet that I wanted to like concentrate on and just grow in, I don't know, my parents were actually, I like the idea. And I think it's also because they watch RTL News on TV and stuff. So yeah.
So anyone who's watching who don't know what RTL News is I think the second biggest news, how do you call it? This English has station. It's the second biggest news platform here in the Netherlands. So good girl.
Thank you, girl.
So putting that on the side, I wanted to know your thoughts or your opinion about, when you were talking, you were saying that when you go to Ghana, you speak to people who also want to come here, and all that. So I wanted to know your comments or your thoughts about people who want to leave Ghana like badly. They just want to, in fact, when they close their eyes and they open it, all they want to see is Europe or America. They want to leave Ghana now. What do you have to say to those people? What are your thoughts about that?
So I think it's two sides to this, right? Like, I get it. Everybody wants the best for their future. And if you think the best for your future is not in that specific country, and you see videos and things on platforms about how great Europe is. And let's be honest, there are a lot of opportunities here. If you like follow the system, you can get a job and you can live a decent life. What my opinion on that is like, okay, on the other side, the grass is always greener on the other side, because yes, it's nice here, but there are a lot of things that you will also like, that you will also bump into. Not everything is always a smooth. And with that, I mean, like, you will have some identity crisis. You will face racism. People will not see you as one of them, especially if you come here in a later age. People might see you as someone that only comes here for money. Like, there are a lot of prejudices that you need to deal with. All these things that when I walk in Ghana, nobody looks at me differently. I look like everybody, unless I open my mouth and people hear me speak. But the grass is always green on the other side. And look, I changed my mind a bit about it, because before, when somebody used to tell me, the first thing I used to say is that it's not that easy here too. It's not that easy, because it isn't. Let's be really honest. Like, prices are high, and things don't just always go smooth. And it's not like there's money here on the ground that they can pick, because if there's a place that they can pick it, please send me the address. I want to go there. I beg you.
But I
Send
mean,
me the address.
I want to play the devil's advocate in this, right? I mean, if the grass is not green on the other side, if it's not that easy here, but we are here, so can they also come and join, so we can all be here together?
Yeah, but that's what I said. It's not always greener at the other side, but I do get them, because look, however you put it. Yes, I've lived in Ghana for a little while, but I haven't stayed all my life there, and not everything goes as smoothly. So I get why people would get frustrated with certain things, because if I go there, yes, it's just for a few months or a few weeks, but I also get frustrated with those things, because they're just some basic needs or necessities that you would love to like just work, right? So I get it. I get that people want to move. All I can say is that it's not that easy as well. But like I said, I changed my mind on it slightly. Before I would be like, why do you want to come here? Like, there, it's good there as well. And, but I've changed my mind on it slightly, because I do get that the opportunities are definitely not always the same. Ghana has a lot of opportunities, but I feel like the gap between the rich and the poor is way bigger as well. So yes, I get you. I would say to them, but not everything here is perfect as well. And I'm afraid to say that just work hard in Ghana and get your life there, because I know it's just...
Say it with your chest.
No, I won't say it with my chest though. I don't get chest at all. Because I know it's not easy. I know it's not. I don't dare say it. I know it's not easy. It's not only... The formula is not only hard work and it will pay off. Especially not there. I know. Like, there are some struggles and the systems are not always in place for it to work properly. You understand?
Especially when we're talking about that, the system, things not put in place, I get that. But there are also people, they will not work.
Yeah, that's true.
People, I personally know people, I can vouch for them. So these people, they come here, they'll end up on this, they'll end up at McDonald's. Honestly, they don't work. So that's what I'll say it with my chest. You also have to work. If you don't work, you don't go chop.
That's true. Yeah. I was talking about working hard in Ghana. Like, yes, you have to work. You have to put in the energy. But we can be very hardworking people as Ghanaians. You understand? I feel like we know struggle, and because of that, we know how to work hard. But I think that the concept, because there are different kinds of people that want to come, and also people that think and hear that here they can get free money. They think, it's getting.
And so here, if you are not working or you are sitting in the house, the government will give you money. So
exactly,
come and meet
if you hear that at first, well, if you hear free money, who
wants to work?
Who won't go? Yeah, I'm telling you, but it's not that black or white, and that's what people don't get. Like, it's not just you come here and everything is blissful. No, you actually have to put in a lot of effort. You have to learn the language. You have to get used to the culture. You have to. It's not like Ghana that everything is just as free and open. Happiness or that. It's more individualistic in this place. So,
and to give a disclaimer out there, I'm not talking about all Ghanaians who that they don't work or whatever. No, I'm talking about some. You and I know that you know somebody or you know some people. They will not work. They don't work. All they do is complain. And then this government's coming. All they do is complain. They don't work. Of course, the systems, everything, it's not us what it's supposed to be, but you to put in the work. But anyways, when you go to Ghana, do you get seen as one of them, or people view you as, oh, you are the one coming from abroad. Oh, you are from abroad. So you are not part of us.
This is like a very difficult, it's a difficult question. And I don't mean like difficult as I can't answer it, but like it touches me because obviously it's my country. Here, I feel at home, but not completely. And in Ghana, I feel at home, but also not completely, because if I open my mouth and they hear the way I speak, they know I'm not from there. If I speak or try to speak Tree, they know I'm not from there. Sometimes even it's by my dressing, they know I'm not from there. And only based on that, sometimes I got treated differently. Something that would be too silly there. If I will open my mouth to ask them, "Neboye then."
Hey, what did you say? You see, I'm one of the problem. Anyways.
How do I say it? Naboya then.
Neboye saying.
Neboya saying. Oh yeah, the Neboya then is expensive.
Yeah. There be
Neboya
Neboye
saying.
ding is expensive.
Oh yeah,
Neboye
Neboya saying.
saying is how much is it?
I'm
You're
trying, guys.
trying.
I'm taking
Give a
3
shout out to your
lessons.
teacher. Give a shout out to your teacher.
Yes, shout out to Aquanti Celebration on Instagram. So if you want to get your tree lessons, if you want to start learning tree, definitely give him a follow. But yeah, so you ask them how much is it? Something that's like 2 cities, they will 5 trickle for you. They'll say 10 cities. Like obviously, I get it. Like everybody in a hustling, but for me, that's something, for example, I got so annoyed by because I know that's not the price, and I know that if I was able to speak the language or I grew up there, they wouldn't treat me like that. And that makes me feel like a stranger, right? Or that makes me feel like somebody that's excluded, somebody that's been said, you are not one of us. And that's why that's the price we're giving you. You one time even I was going to a Mina Castle, and you have a difference for people that are Ghanaian and people that are foreigners in price. And they wanted to charge me foreigner price. And I was like, but am I not a Ghanaian? You know, like, it's not like the price is the problem, but the fact that I get different treatments because I am not born there. That's like, or I'm like, I'm one of you. I want to be, I'm a Ghanaian too. My parents are Ghanaian, and that's what is difficult for me. But there are like also nice moments that I feel so like Ghanaians are very welcoming as well. That I feel so welcomed and so at home, and I'm just happy that I can just go outside the way I want to, and nobody will look at me weirdly. You know, here if you go out a certain type of way, people will start thinking, what's wrong with this girl? Maybe here you can be free.
Yeah,
I'm free. Understand?
Yeah, you can't even walk around with a rapper. Nobody will mind you.
I tell you. So that's really what I really enjoy about Ghana: the freedom, and the warmth, and the love. So yeah, it's a two-sided thing. I feel at home there, but I can't also say it's completely home because I know people feel me as the overall me.
Yeah.
But here too, I have the same. I feel home here. But I can also not say that it's completely home because here people feel me as black.
Yeah, it's like both sides, you are home, but you're not home. Like they don't really see you as completely one of them. But that's the thing. That's one of the struggles that we find here or we face here. And people from, back home in Ghana, for example, they don't really understand. All they think is about the money we're getting and the hours that we're working and whatever. But anyways, how do you feel, for not being able to speak the language? Are you kind of disappointed in your parents that they didn't really teach you, or you're like, that's just life and that's how it is?
Well, my parents have different reasons for it, but yes, there are some moments that it does hurt. It felt so weird, but like okay, let me not say hurt. Like it's disappointing for me. Like I know I'm a Ghanaian, especially when I'm there. Sometimes I know people talk about me, but I just can't hear. Yeah, they will talk about me in my presence, but I just can't understand fellow Ghanaians that I can't communicate with in my language. And that's the reason that I came to a point that, okay, although Chris, you can keep on blaming your parents that you didn't learn the language, or you can take the initiative and start learning it yourself. So that's how I was like, okay, let me start learning this language so that at least I can give it to my children, or like in a few years I can because I like to go back to Ghana often, that I could just find my way around with the language, because with English you also get a lot of places. But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, it is disappointing to me.
But how are you seeing it? How will you teach your children if if you want to have kids? How will you teach them to the language and the culture and all of that? How do you see it happening?
Yeah, so whatever you as a parent know or have, that is what you can teach your children, right? If I don't speak Tree, the chances that I will teach my children Tree, it's very small. So that's why I'm focusing on getting a language now, so at least I can bring it to my children. Actually, it's the same with culture. I try to get to know as much of the culture as possible. I definitely don't know everything yet, but like, for example, when I went back to Ghana, I went to Kumasi also just to learn more about my roots. I try to read books, although I don't do that. I don't always consistently do that, but just like I don't want my children to lose touch with their origin. Because obviously I've been born here. I also have the culture from this place. I also don't want to lose the culture of my parents, or my real origin, like me being Ghanaian. So yeah, I just try in the days that I still don't have it, then I don't have a child yet, just consume as much as the Ghanaian spirit, the Ghanaian, the
Soak it
treat,
in
soak it in as much as possible. So I'm not only doing this for my children though, I'm also doing
for
this for me, but
yourself.
yeah, also for my future generations. Yeah.
Yeah. So what will you tell parents who give birth to their children in the, in the abroad, in the arbitrary, what do you tell them? Would you advise them to teach their children the Ghanaian language as much as
Yes.
possible and the culture, or because there are also people who are like, no, if I teach my child, the language and the culture and everything, they'll get bullied at school, or they will not be as smart as I want them to be at school, because they are sort of like cut in two different language is two different countries, and I want them to be able to speak the abroad language better and be able to articulate everything well, but else it's just mix, and they don't want their children to be confused. So what do you think about that?
I completely get it. I completely get that parents have those reasons in their mind, but I would really advise them to teach their kids their mother language. At the end of the day, that's their origin, that's where they're from. And there might be a time that your kid is going to look for his own roots, wherever that might be. And they will hold you accountable in a way that you didn't teach them that because you were their parents. And something as basic as a language is so difficult to learn at a later stage. And your children won't get less smart because of it. I mean, there are a lot of kids that are multi that know more than one language. Why is it not a problem if they know English, Dutch, and let's say French? But is it a problem if they know English, Dutch, and Tree? I mean, what's the difference between that? At the end of the day, Ghana is my country. It's my culture. It's something that I am tied to for the rest of my life. And my lineage and my generations are tied to that for the rest of my life. Why would I want them to have a gap between that? Like, why wouldn't I want them to teach, to know that language? I think every parent that stops him about that, just teach your children. If it gets on a lower pit, like even if they only understand it but can't speak, that is even better than not at all, because it's definitely something that we'll miss. Even I'm very involved in my culture. My brothers are too, but even they sometimes are like, why don't we speak the language, especially when around Ghanaians? So yeah, the long story short,
please.
they should
This one
definitely
hit
do it.
home because now having a daughter myself, even though she's still a little baby, I don't speak, my family tells me, oh, speak our language to her, so, she just, she get familiar, but I'm not speaking it. Now that you said it hits home, it literally pierced me. I'm like,
you should.
I should.
Now you definitely should, because she's going to come to an age and she's going to think, why did mama not teach me that? Like, I went to my parents and I've told them not once, not twice, I think 1,000 times, like, why did you miss out on that? Like, it would have been so much easier for me. There have been so much situations that I would get annoyed that my language, it's my own language that I can't speak. I can speak Dutch, I can speak English, but why is it Tree? Where my roots are from, where my identity is bound to. Whatever I do, I can turn left, I can turn right, I can lose my Dutch passport. But I am, with my origin, I'm Ghanaian. And that language, I can't speak. You understand?
Coming from someone like you who is born here and can't speak Tree, it really hits home. I'm even getting a little bit emotional, to be honest with you, because this hits home. I'm definitely gonna take this seriously. I'm definitely learned something from this that you've said, and I hope my listeners or viewers are also learning from it. Please, let's try and keep our culture. I mean, if you look at the Arabs, for example, or the Chinese, they keep their culture. Why can't we do? I feel like we are discriminating ourselves, but that's a whole topic for another day. Because that one I will own it with my full chest. I'm not ready for the bomb now. That's why I'll keep it for another time. Anyways, Crystalina, thank you so much for this. Is there anything that you want to say? Is there any special message I want to give to a special person out there? So let us know.
Or
any advice?
Special message. Well, at least we're on a topic of identity. So I think I would just speak to little me and all the younger people that are listening, or maybe parents of younger teenagers, that, there comes a point in your life that you're going to feel lost identity wise. You're going to think, where do I belong to? And it's okay not to belong to one specific place. It's okay to have two half homes. At the end of the day, if you're happy with yourself, trusting yourself, don't feel alone. There are also many like you, but also because you're completely and whole as the person that you are. And that is your strength. That is what makes you beautiful, because no one is you. That is your power. I think that's the last thing I want to say. Oh, thank you. And then,
Ah.
yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Crystalina. What is your
Yeah.
social media handle if people want to follow you?
Yeah.
What's the type
So,
of content that you put out there, that you want people to be interested in?
yeah. So my social media handle is at Crystalina, and basically right now I'm actually busy with organizing a trip to Ghana in December. So if you are interested in going and you want someone to take you, hit me up on my Instagram. I am slowly making it bigger and bigger. So definitely tune in whilst you still can. And yeah, for the rest, you can find a lot of dancing videos and content about Ghana and just pictures. But definitely hit me up if you want to be traveling to Ghana and want a guide for your trip. So
Ah.
that's it.
Thank you so much, Selena. Please, guys, do follow her on her social media, on her Instagram. And if you want to go to Ghana, if you rather you're Ghanaian or you're not Ghanaian, you want to go to Ghana, you want to know, get the feeling, this thing that everybody's talking about, December Ghana, December. What is happening there, Ganga? Follow her, hit her up.
Follow
And
me.
I'm telling you, there I was living my vacation through her. Whenever she didn't post it, I'm like, wait, this girl, but I didn't want to text her because I know Ghana is a hustle. It's like you're forcing someone to live there. I mean,
Hey,
anyways, do follow her.
hey, you
And
right, bro?
I mean, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe, click on the notification bell, like, comment, and share this video with everyone or everybody you know. And that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you too,
Bye.
Jackie. Bye.
Bye.